Welcome back, guys, to some more MLB The Show 22 Road to the Show with our third baseman, Everett Scott. And in the previous episode, we started off a brand new season with a brand new team as we were traded by the Phillies to Washington. We are still in the NL East, so we will be seeing a lot of the Phillies, so we will be able to get some revenge on them. Not really that we need revenge, it's just, you should have played better. Don't waste my first few years in the league by playing like poop. But no, we did get traded to the Nationals. Everett Scott changed up his look again, going with a goatee and some stubble, and then he saw Major League one too many times during the offseason and decided to give himself the Wild Thing haircut. So he's looking a little different again this year. Last year rocked the big beard, the long hair. This year, like I just said, goatee, stubble, and the Wild Thing haircut. So we are doing okay to start the season. Not really all that good. We are bottom of the NL East, but we are close to my former team, the Phillies. They are 3-6. We are 2-6. So we're both not doing good, but hopefully at the end of this episode we can have a better record than them. But we're going up against some tough competition after this 3-game series against the Phils. We're taking on the Mets, and then we're taking on the Dodgers after that. But in today's episode, we are only going to be doing this series against the Phils and then this 4-game series against the Mets. So I'm not going to dilly-dally, guys. We are going to get right into it. Oh, I should also mention that at the start of the season this year, we hit a home run in every single game to start off the season. But if you could not tell already, we have not hit any home runs in the 3 games that I played on my own time. So our home run streak ended with this game here against Atlanta. But hopefully we can get back on track of our home runs. Maybe break the record again this year. Maybe break our own personal record from last year. I don't know. We got to hit at least 70 more to tie it, but we'll have to see. But yeah, without further ado, guys, we are going to play our first game against the Phillies since being traded. I don't really care what I do here. You know what? I'll do it into fielding. We'll do that. All right, and then we're going to choose. I really like that alt road jersey, but you know what? Red's my favorite color, so we're gonna do it. We're gonna go with those alternates. All right, starting things off with some defense. See how we can start things off here. Oh, nice jump snag. Nice try, Phils. And I strike out. He threw me 4 straight strikes. I fouled off the first 3, but he gets me with the 4th one. And I strike out swinging again. I am starting this episode off terribly. And I strike out swinging again. The hat trick against my former team. And I popped that up first pitch. Doesn't matter. Bottom of the 8th, we're losing 8-1 anyway. All right, getting some defense here. Top of the 9th. No one on, one on, no one out. Losing by 6. Just gonna get the out at first. We're not winning this game, so doesn't matter. All right, and we lose our first game against our former team. I'm assuming 8-2, 9-2, excuse me. I went hitless, struck out every single time except my 4th at bat where I popped out. Let's see if we can do better in game 2. All right, starting things off in game 2 with some defense. That'll be a simple grounder to me. Bad throw. And my fielding is no longer 100% in Washington, so that sucks. Not a good way to start off this episode at all. 0 for 4 in game 1 and a fielding error in game 2. And we're already losing 1-0. This guy is one of the first names you got to come up with. But we'll get a base hit up the middle, so at least we will not go hitless in game 2. Now we just got to hope my teammates can come up clutch. Some more defense here against Avisail Garcia. Runner on third with no outs. Wouldn't be surprised if he bunts. No, he actually hits that. I'm throwing it home. And of course he's safe. Oh well. And that is a good hit into right field. But he will snag it, but the runner on second will advance to third. So at least we got something accomplished with that at bat. And that'll be a hit over to the third baseman, and he will get me out. And that'll be a hit into the gap. That should hopefully bring home one run. But with 61 speed, I don't know. No, and he decides to hold up at third. Why didn't my guy stop at fucking second? For some reason, he didn't throw it. He fucking dives into second. So I'm safe. I'll take it. Runners in scoring position. Not sure why they didn't send him home. He could have made it, I think, but playing it safe, I guess. And he will break his bat. But he is safe at first. They didn't throw it there. The pitcher tried to do a little beanbag toss to the catcher, but they did not get him out. So runners on the corners now with nobody out. One run away from tying it up here. And they walk Norman to fill up the bases to potentially get a double play situation, I'd assume. And Garver strikes out, setting up that potential double play for Alvarado. Brady hits one into right field. That'll score one, and they hold up. So we are tied here in the bottom of the 8th. All right, top of the 9th. We got 2 more runs across. We're holding on to a 2-run lead now. Nobody on with 2 outs. Hopefully we can end it here. And of course I can't get it. Don't know why my reaction goes down for that. But hopefully it still says we won. And we did. Now let's go win this series in Game 3. And that'll be a base hit down the third base line. I am going to drag that into a double, stand-up double. Now I just got to hope my teammates can get me around to score. Walsh hits that deep into right field. And he is getting it out of here. This is a tied ball game. Walsh coming up clutch. Ties this one up at 2 apiece. Got some defense now in the top of the 3rd with no one on and 1 out. Going up against Santiago Espinal.
Here's a 1-2. That's to third. Scott picks it up.
And we get him at first. There we go. And that'll be a hit into center. He's going 3, I'm going 2. Not smart, but I'm safe. Runners in scoring position with that double. And Walsh strikes out. So 2 out in the inning with 2 on. And Luis Garcia hits one to second. And that will do it. And that'll be a little blooper over to short. That'll end the 5th. Defense time in the top of the 6th with 1 on, no outs. Going up against Ross Adolph. Try and turn 2 here. There we go. Got 1 and 2. And that's going to be another blooper to short. 2 gone in the 8th. And that will probably end it. And it does. So our first series against our former team, and we lose it 2-1. Let's go play against the Mets. And that'll be a base hit, maybe. Bounced right off the pitcher. And it'll count. So decent way to start off our first game against the Mets.
They walked him.
And Mitch Garver gets walked, so the bases are juiced, but there is still a possibility of a double play scenario. And Luis Garcia hits that into right. Hopefully it's far enough to tag. And it is. We get one run across. Now runners on the corners with 2 outs. And Nolan strikes out to end the top half of the inning. And that'll be a hit over to short. And that'll do it for this half of the inning. And bases loaded opportunity, and I decide to pop out. That's not going to be deep enough for tag. Defense time, losing by 6 here in the bottom of the 7th, going up against Pete Alonso. Simple little grounder. Over to first for the out. And I decide to swing at an inside pitch, and I pop out. And we lose this game against the Mets, but we have 3 more left to play, so hopefully we can at least make something special out of this episode, because so far, it's not very spectacular. And that is a hit to start things off hot. They all thought it was going to get snagged, though, so bases are loaded with no outs in the top of the 1st. And Walsh hits one into right field. That'll drive in a couple. The runner on third's deciding to hold up. So I have to go back to second, and we only get 1 run across. And Luis Garcia strikes out, so a potential double play opportunity is now available for Gonzalez. And Nolan strikes out, so 2 gone here with bases loaded. Nick Banks hits a simple little blooper over to second, and they get the out. So we only get 1 run across. And I get walked. I will take that. Walsh hits one into left, and it drops. So runners on first and second now with no outs. And Luis Garcia hits it up the middle. They can't stop it. And I come around to score.
It's 2-1.
So we take a 2-1 lead now. Nice diving effort, but I was able to turn up the gas.
Here's the third baseman.
Defense time now. Still holding on to our 2-1 lead. And of course they throw down a bunt.
Scoops it up barehanded.
And he gets there safe. And that is a nice hit into the gap on a 1-0 count. I'm going to turn that into a double. Throw is off target, so I am in there safe. 5 doubles on the season. And with nobody out, too. So hopefully we can come around to score. And Walsh gets walked. Setting up a double play opportunity. And Luis Garcia hits one into left field. I'm coming around to score. And we take back the lead. Still with nobody out. And I get intentionally walked to load the bases. Tied at 3. Setting up that double play possibility for Walsh. Walsh hits a little blooper. I did not know he caught it. And that is a double play. Bad base running for me. Either way, I still think I would have got tagged out. And I get intentionally walked again with runners on the corners. So now bases are loaded with 2 outs. Walsh hits one into right field. We're scoring on that one. Or our teammate is scoring. And we get 2 across to take a 5-3 lead with runners on the corners now with 2 outs. Walsh is freaking clutch. He comes up clutch a lot. Hopefully that doesn't change. And Luis Garcia hits that deep into right field. Is it going to have the distance? He does not, but he does not get caught either. Walsh is coming around to score. Luis Garcia gets a double. And we are up by 4 now in the top of the 8th. And we managed to come back and win Game 2 of this 4-game series. See about Game 3. And runners on the corners again in the top of the first with no outs, and I'm being intentionally walked yet again. I think that's 3 times in a row.
All loaded up, dangerous hitter at the plate.
And Walsh hits that over to first, and they turn 2. But we do get a run across. There we go. Perfect bomb. We're up 2-0 now. My 6th home run of the season. We had a little bit of a home run drought, but now hopefully we can crank out some more. Gonna dunk on Walsh here. I'm dunking. Let's turn this season around here, boys. Come on. And I'm getting intentionally walked my next at-bat, setting up that double play. Double play possibility. Walsh hits one up the middle to second. They will be able to turn 2 on that. And that'll end the top half of the 6th. Once again, being intentionally walked. At this point, it's starting to get very annoying. Just let me hit. Walsh hits a little golf shot into shallow second, I guess you'd call that. And it ends the inning. Defense time now, bottom of the 9th. The Mets trying to pull this game back in their favor. Only trailing by 1 now. Taking on Francisco Lindor. Hitless in this one. But of course, he'll get a hit there. Can we get him out though? And we do. Good. Now hopefully that will be the end of Game 3. And it is. Let's see if we can win this series in Game 4.
Here goes the runner. Pitch outside.
And that will be an out to start things off for my at-bat. He is caught stealing. Not sure who that is. But he was out by a mile. Not sure why he slid in feet first. Not that that would have mattered. That's a good hit, 3-0. I don't know if it'll have the distance, and it drops, and it will be an automatic double. And Walsh will hit that into shallow left, and that will do it for the top half of the first. That's a good hit. First pitch of the at-bat, but I think it will not have the distance. And it will not. Good catch there by the center fielder. And apparently that hit me on the foot. I'll take it. And Jared Walsh is walked. So runners on first and second with no outs. And Nolan Gorman gets walked as well, so bases are loaded with no outs. And Brady House hits one directly to Pete Alonso at first, but we all get back safely, so 1 out here in the top of the 6th. Johan hits one into right field. That'll be enough to bring me home to score, but everybody else will hold up. And we are tied at 1. Johan, nice job hitting there, buddy. I believe your last name is Mieses? Mieses? And that is a good hit on a 12-6 curve. And it's off his glove.
And now it rolls all the way to the wall.
I'm going for 3. Going for 3. They're throwing it home. And I get a triple.
On the ground right side.
Oh.
Steps on first for the out.
So I was a little confused there. Jared Walsh hit a little blooper. And I was forced to go back to third. Then I started running. Then I went back to third. I thought I was going to be out, but I guess I wasn't. All right, that's good. And Nolan strikes out. Defense time in the bottom of the 7th now, still holding on to our 3-1 lead, looking to win, I believe, our first series of the season. Simple grounder. I bobble it, but I still managed to get the out. Bottom of the 8th, more defense time up against David Dahl here with a runner on first and 2 outs. New pitcher in for us. Don't even have to move for that. Where are you going? I didn't even move him. That'll end the 8th. Now tell us we won. All right, coming up for one final at bat here with a runner on first and 1 out. Are they going to intentionally walk me here? No, they're actually going to let me stay in. And that'll be a blooper to third. And that'll be a double play. Hopefully our pitching can hold the lead down for us. And they do. So we win this series 3-1 over the Mets. Now, before I end it, we are going to go back to the clubhouse and check and see if that was our first series win of the season. All right, guys. So it is indeed our first series win of the season because we lost the first series to the Angels 2-1. Then we split the 2-game set against the Braves 1-1. Then we got swept by the Mariners. Then we lost 2-1 against the Phils. So it took us like a week to finally get our first series win. We won this series against the Mets 3-1. We're still dead last in the NL East, though, right behind the Phils. But it's still very early in the season, so hopefully we will be able to turn things around and start picking up the pace. But going up against the Dodgers, who are 9-6, I did not mean to simulate that. All right, not good. I did not mean to simulate that. I meant to hit square. Taking on the team that leads the NL West. Not surprised about that. We already lost game 1 of the series, so you know what? Might as well simulate the rest. We win game 2, and we win game 3, so we win back-to-back series against 2 very good teams. All right, so that is surprising, especially we went 8-0. So we're 8-10 on the season so far, just won back-to-back series, so maybe we're turning things around. It'll be good to take on the Pittsburgh Pirates. There's 6. I simulated again. Damn it. And we win 3 series in a row. All right, I'm taking my hand off the damn controller. I was going to say, hopefully we're taking on the Pittsburgh Pirates. Hopefully that'll be an easy series win since they are not good. We lose the first one, but then we win the next 2 games. So we are on a 3-series winning streak here, but we're going home for a 4-game stretch against the Dodgers. They're probably going to want to get revenge against us beating them on their home turf, especially in pretty dominant fashion in that last game. So it'll be tough for this one. And then we're going back on the road against the Phils. But I think I probably will play up until June before I come back for the next episode. But maybe not. It all just depends on when I feel like recording the next episode, I guess, and how far I get in between now and then. So we simulated 2 series, which I was not planning to do. That was... Oh, hello, Zoe. I'm going to have to put you back down on the floor. But yeah, I was not planning on simulating those 2 series. That was... All right, Zoe wants to sit in my lap. All right. So yeah, I was not planning on simulating those 2 series, but I did on accident. So we just simulated through them anyway. And I do apologize if you hear a tail bumping against the mic. Zoe feels the need to sit in my lap all of a sudden. She's been sleeping on the couch next to me this entire time. So, yeah, that's eventful. But yeah, guys, that will wrap it up for this episode. Sorry things weren't very interesting there until the ending of the episode. But hopefully you still found some enjoyment in it. Nonetheless, if you did and you have not done so already, make sure you hit that like button and subscribe. Helps me out a ton. I'm on the road to 150. I'm getting close. I'm at 133 as of the time of recording. And yeah, so Till next time, guys, take care.